Hey everyone, welcome to the beautiful Anthem of the Seas. Today we're going to do a full tour of this amazing cruise ship right after this. Hey everybody, welcome to the beautiful Anthem of the Seas here on Royal Caribbean. My name is John from Bite Size Cruises. Welcome back to our channel here. We really appreciate you hanging out with us and taking a little tour of the ship. Right now we're on deck 15, leaving the indoor pool for a second. We'll be back here shortly. We're going to wander around the pool deck a little bit. As you can see, we left out of Bayonne, New Jersey here. A beautiful day. We were heading into a hurricane. So James Van Vliet and the captain of the ship and Royal Caribbean decided we were not going to do our itinerary. So we would stay safe and not go into any storms. We were supposed to go to Port Canaveral, Nassau, Bahamas, and Perfect Day, Coco Cay, but instead we went to Labadee and we went to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. Great ports. Had never been to the Dominican Republic before, so it was really nice. We're going to wander around here on deck 15, and we're going to take a quick look at the North Star. If you don't know, the North Star is a giant crane with a ball at the end of it. Holds about 15 guests, goes up 300 feet above sea level, and gives you these beautiful picturesque views of the ocean, if it's a sea day, or of whatever island or port you're at. We did it on a sea day. It was really spectacular. It's in my 10 things to do on Anthem of the Seas video. If you want to check that out on our channel, we would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Here we're just overlooking the actual pool deck here, which is really big. Considering, you know, obviously this isn't an Oasis class ship, but then we have here the North Star bar up there, and then you see the North Star up there, which is really cool. You can sign up for that in your Royal Caribbean app, or if they run out, you can pay for it. You can just go to Shore Excursions or Guest Services and see how you can do that. We're going to wander out here. You can see the little walking/jogging track. And then we're going to wander over here to the edge so I could take a picture and forget to edit this out of the video as I'm doing the voiceover now, which is really funny. Good job, John. So now we're going to wander down along deck 15 here. Yes, it's the upper pool deck. All these chairs are out normally on a bright and sunny day. This is a sail away day, so there wasn't that much out. It was a little chilly out. We left out of New Jersey in November, so that's why. Right there you see the bandstand on the right. That's where the band would normally go and play, which directly overlooks the pool deck, which is great. Keeps them a little bit out of the sun and protected from all the craziness down there on the pool deck, which is probably nice for them. Then we're going to wander up here. Up top there you see the suites on deck. And then here's a good overall view of the pool deck, which we will see firsthand shortly. We're going to wander around here to the back of the ship. One of the things I love on the back of the ship, you can see it jutting out there, is that the Seaplex is here. One of the things I love is to play basketball, and usually on a cruise, it's very difficult. It's windy, not the best conditions, but here on the Quantum and Quantum Plus class ships, I think they did something really great. They built the indoor sports court, which is awesome. I can't wait to go on Odyssey and see it with playmakers in there. But here on the Anthem, it's just a huge sports court area, which I really love. As we're walking up here, you know it's a Quantum or Quantum Plus class ship because they have this giant figurine in the back. Its name is Gigi. I don't know if Gigi's a boy or a girl. I'm not going to assume anything, so we're going to say it's just Gigi. So this area of the ship does get a little crowded. The rock climbing wall is here, and a lot of people stand here to watch people rock climbing, and a lot of people come here to get a selfie with Gigi. So it does back up a little bit here because there are chairs out as well during the day. So I avoid this side and go around the other side generally if I'm trying to get into the Seaplex. As we get Gigi into frame here, it is a huge figurine there. Pretty crazy. Rock climbing wall, very cool. And then this is the office where you would sign up for, sign your waivers for Ripcord or the Flow Rider. We're going to come over here and you're going to see that. Also, pro tip, if you stay till the very end of the video, you will see that I put in some bonus footage. So you get to see some people on the Flow Rider. This guy was doing kick flips on the Flow Rider, which is pretty cool. You'll also see the Royal Caribbean crew do the Ripcord, and you will see some bumper cars. Really fun. Stick around till the end of the video, or fast forward to the end if you want. There's Ripcord back there and the Flow Rider here. We're going to wander back out here to the back of the ship. One of the things you're going to see here in the back of the ship is that this is kind of a little hidden away nook right above the outdoor area of the Windjammer. So although it does get a little noisy here around breakfast and lunchtime, this is a nice little hidden spot if you want to hang out and get some sun towards the back of the ship. Pretty cool. All right, as we wind around the back of the ship here, just a beautiful sunny day here. We're going to come up on this side of the ship. Some people out here getting their exercise early in the morning. We're going to come up here on the other side of the ship where you're going to see the little, looks like a little food truck sticking out the side of the ship there. We have also right here, let's have a little homage to Shuffleboard there. Old school cruise. So as we get up here, this little bus or food truck sticking out the side is the doghouse. We're going to head inside here to the Seaplex, and the first thing you're going to see is the doghouse. So this cruise that we were on was November 6th of 2022, which happens to be Jersey School Week or whatever. So Jersey schools are off. We did not know that when we booked this cruise, so there was a ton of kids. So here's the doghouse. You can get hot dogs, bratwurst, all that kind of stuff there. However, during the day, this was just jam-packed. There's also a Coca-Cola freestyle machine. There's not a ton of these on the ship. You do get your soda cup, and you can use them, but they are packed. There's 2 at Sorrento's. There's some in the buffet, and there's one here. I'm not sure if there's any other ones. I don't drink a ton of soda, but they're very, very crowded, and they don't work all the time, which is weird. But here's your bumper cars. So in the Seaplex here, lots of fun. So you can do basketball, dodgeball, soccer, roller skating, and bumper cars. Again, hang out till the end. You will see some fun little clip of the bumper cars. So I really like the Seaplex. It's a really, really cool area here on the ship. Very crowded during the days. Again, lots of kids on this particular sailing. You do have to sign up in advance for bumper cars, or you can come up and just get in line. That line is very long. Same with roller skating, and then the dodgeball and basketball and all that stuff. Basketball is just open most of the time unless they're playing a game or have some kind of contest going on. And dodgeball, same thing. You just come up and you get picked on teams, and then you can play. I actually watched dodgeball for a little bit. It was pretty funny. Plenty of ping pong up here. I think there's 8 ping pong tables, which is a lot for a cruise ship. They were packed all week. You do have this whole Xbox center over here where they have a bunch of Xboxes set up. And then you wind around the top here. Again, on the Odyssey of the Seas and the Quantum Plus, they have playmakers in here, which is actually a really good concept because this upstairs part kind of gets overlooked a little bit, I would say. But this whole kind of concept is really cool. I really like what they did with that on this class of ship. There's Gigi's Butt out there. Swing around, you're going to see more ping pong tables. Maybe there's 4 up here. And then you're going to see some foosball up here, as well as some air hockey. Some great options for kids on this cruise. Over here we have the suite sun deck, which I do not have access to because we didn't do a suite this time. Unlike Danny from Hard Travel, who gets concierge service when he does his tours, his rep for Royal gets him access to those things. We don't get that special treatment, Danny. So if you want to see that, go watch one of the Hard Travel videos. Danny does a great job. Danny and Taylor and those guys do a great job on their tours. They do a really nice job. So go check those out too. We aspire to be as good as the Hard Travel tours. So here's the arcade. One thing I noticed on Royal arcades are smaller than the Norwegian arcades, especially for the amount of people that are on the ship. Not that that's a pro or a con, just a piece of information. And there's not as many like actual arcade games. A lot of these just games of chance, and they're expensive. I'm going to wander out here to the hallway, and then we're going to pop back up to deck 16 to take a look at the Vitality Fitness Center. So it's on the complete other end of the ship, but if you're over on this end of the ship, you're going to have the spa on deck 15, and then up here on 16, you're going to have the fitness center. One thing about these fitness centers aboard cruise ships, they are giant. So I never see a ton of people working out, which is odd. I guess maybe the staff gets to use it later, maybe. I think they have their own gym, though. And it is never crowded in here, but it is just huge. There are tons of free weights, tons of kettlebells, machines. There's even spin in the back. There's just a ton of things going on. And it's a beautiful area of the ship. So really interesting that more people don't. I mean, you're on vacation. I get it. I don't use it. So, but it is interesting how big it is in comparison of how many people actually use the gym. Let you look around here a little bit. Then you see up here is the spin class area. And then boom, we're on 14 on the pool deck. Very big pool deck. I know Norwegian has much smaller pools. Royal does really have a ton of big pools. Here we see Johnny Rockets. I was on the ship in March. Really interesting side note. And I don't remember seeing Johnny Rockets at all, which is bizarre, but it's there. And it's, it's Johnny Rockets. It's burgers and fries. One thing is I never feel like these like land concepts do really well on a cruise ship. They're fine. It's just, fast food anyway. But I find that generally speaking, they're better on land. That's a little wave pool that kind of pushes you around there. And that was really crowded the whole cruise. There was like a line to get in there. And then we're going to wander through the rest of the pool deck here. One thing I did hear some people complaining about is there is a smoking side of the pool deck. So I think Norwegian does a really good job. Probably the smokers don't like it, but Norwegian does a really good job of isolating the smokers. So on Norwegian, there's like a little glassed-in area on the pool deck, and the same in the casino. There's like a glassed-in area that kind of contains that smoke really well. On Royal Caribbean, they don't. They have like a half of the pool deck and half of the casino. So non-smokers do complain about that a lot. I mean, you do have to have somewhere for people to smoke that's on a cruise for a week, and outside seems like the best option there. There's a sky bar on the pool deck here. That sky bar is always crowded. And lots of hot tub space. One other thing that's really weird to me about cruises is you see the big TV screen there as well. They do movies outside at night, which is really nice. So one thing that's really odd to me about cruises is that for some reason parents let their kids swim in the hot tubs, which is I find really odd. I know adults are only supposed to be in a hot tub for a very short period of time, like 15 to 30 minutes. And I see kids in there for like hours. It's bizarre. I know it's not great for you. It's dehydrating or whatever it is. I mean, I'm sure they're not going to die, but like, it just seems odd to me that the parents just let their kids swim in the hot tubs. It's just a weird thing. Just me. And just wander back down the pool deck here. A lot of times when we're doing these tours, just to give you like why the camera is looking a certain direction, or if I lower it or do anything, as you'll see here, one of the things is we really are cognizant to try, we try to do these videos early in the morning or later in the day when it's not crowded, or like on port days. So if you see me do that, it's because I'm trying to like not get people in the video. I know not everybody wants to be bothered or be in a video, so we do try our best to kind of move around people and not get them in the shot. Here's the indoor pool. This area is massive and really nice if you're going out of a cold area. Obviously, if you're going to Alaska, or we were leaving out of New Jersey in the fall/winter, it's really nice to be able to get on the ship, go right up to the pool, and not have to worry about it. There are windows, as you can see there, so if it does get warm, they can open up the windows. But really nice that there's a completely enclosed space where you can hit the pool and not have to worry about being outside. There's tons of pool space on this ship, which is really nice. I'm not really big on the pools. I do like going into the hot tubs, especially at night. It's really nice to go up, and there's a few hot tubs that are open in the evening. But I'm not a sit out at the pool all day kind of guy. It's not my thing. We're going to head over here to the Solarium, which is one of my favorite spaces on this ship. It is absolutely beautiful. I actually like it better than the Solarium on the Oasis class. It's definitely smaller. It's 100% enclosed, which is also cool. So you have more pool space here, more hot tubs, no kids here. So if that's a bonus feature for you, although on this sailing, people are bringing their kids in here a lot. Again, I think it's kind of up to people to just follow the rules, because the cruise lines are trying to not infringe on your vacation. And I think people take advantage of that by just doing whatever they want. But this is hypothetically an adults only space, over 16 to be in here. Just provides a little peace and quiet for you during the day. It is really nice during the day, and in the evening, it's really nice to come in here and just sit. And you have the live plants, and it's really, really quiet and nice. There is a bar here as well. That bar is usually crowded, but not crazy crowded. There's a ton of hot tubs here and pools. And on the side of the front here, you'll see they have the little bat wings out there where you can go outside. It's a great spot for sail away, although it does get crowded there. There's a little swing at the front of the Solarium, which is really cute, but always crowded there unless it's super early in the morning or late at night. And then you have the middle section with just a ton of pool space. Really, really nice, and a spectacular view out the front of the ship. I think that's the Dominican Republic there in front of us. I think that was when we were either sailing in or coming out of the Dominican. I don't remember. But try to get some different aspects of the trip. Again, here's the bar up at the front. So this is one of the places I recommend you go when you get on the ship. If you want to grab a quick drink, jump up here into the Solarium. Look at that view. And grab a drink. It's usually not as crowded there as soon as you get on the ship. Obviously, everybody runs to the Windjammer, or everybody stands in the hallway to wait to get into the rooms, which boggles my mind. You're on this amazing cruise ship, and people are like 10 deep waiting at the hallways to get to their rooms. Just go to the pool, people. Put stuff in your carry-on. Pro tip, put a bathing suit in your carry-on. And especially out of New Jersey, because most people are driving. It's really funny to me. Here's Solarium Bistro pro tip. Eat here for dinner. It was really, really good. I was shocked at how good it was. But it's a really cute space. They do have a little buffet there for breakfast and lunch, which is less crowded than the Windjammer. So that's something fun. Speaking of the Windjammer, or the Windjammer, as Matt Hotchberg calls it. Here is the Windjammer in all of its glory. I am not, and you'll hear this over and over again, I'm not a big buffet person on cruise ships. I love the food and I love the options. I just don't appreciate the people in the buffet. They tend to be super aggressive, especially if it's crowded. If it's empty, it's great. And you can get some really good Indian food and some fun options for breakfast and lunch and dinner, but it tends to be really crowded. Again, this is like super early, right when they're opening for lunch. So I popped in here real quick just to do some video. But people don't wash their hands, or people just grabbing things with their hands drives me crazy. So I don't eat in the buffet a lot. But this one's huge. I find it to be more space even than the Oasis, which is weird. I know on the Oasis that buffet is a little bit smaller than people expect, and it's always crowded. On the Oasis, there's a line all the time to get into the buffet, which is weird considering there's so many food options. But if you come all the way around the back here, which is really nice, you can sit outside, and there's lots of larger seating out here. You can see there's a little outdoor space here, which is really nice for grabbing some food and just sitting out, especially on a nice sea day, or if you're sitting in port. Really, really nice. I don't dissuade you from going to the buffet. There are a ton of options there. And if you're cruising on a budget and you don't want to eat at the main dining room and have like that very specific breakfast or lunch or dinner, whatever you're into, obviously the buffets are great. The food's great. I would just prefer not to be in that rat race of people. And it's like crowd, it's like just fighting through the crowds. I'd prefer not to do that. Just a little more of the buffet here, just to give you an idea. There is a little Starbucks coffee shop at the front here. Now we're going to pop all the way down to the third floor. Or deck 3, sorry. This is the music hall. This is by far my favorite entertainment venue on the ship. It is huge. It is 2 floors. You'll see the second floor as we get up to the 4th floor. But the 3rd floor here has a huge bar. Here's the stage where bands perform, and they play a lot of the games, the yes and no game, and all of those things. And then as you wind around the back here, we're going to go through this little vestibule that you can also sit at and watch or listen to the games. You can't really see a ton because of the bar. And you're going to wander right up here to Casino Royale. Okay, it took me a few takes to get the casino videoed on this particular sailing. They kept kicking me out. Pro tip, you're not allowed to record in the casino when the casino is active. And we had a lot of sea days, so I kept trying to sneak down there to get the video done. Even though there was nobody gambling, they wouldn't let me video while the machines were active. I don't know why that is. I have to look that up. I guess there's some legality behind it, I'm sure, but I just don't know what it is. So I'll look that up at some point. So the casino, very big. This is the non-smoking side of the casino. The other side of the casino is smoking. It does bleed over. There's no way that it can't. It's not that big of a casino. I mean, it's a big casino for being on a cruise ship of this size, but it's not aggressively big enough where it's going to keep the smoke on one side or the other. So you do get some smoke, but it's not terrible down there. And if you're gambling and you're used to being in casinos, you're used to that anyway. In front of you, see the magical little stairs that take you right up to the Royal Esplanade. And the casino does keep going there for a little bit longer. But here we are up on the 4th deck. I'm going to wander down the hallway here. And on our right is the music hall there, which is the top deck of the music hall. I don't know why I decided to back up here and film again. Probably should have edited that out, right? Anyway, little things you miss sometimes. So this is the 2nd floor of the music hall. Again, we love this space. It's a great space to come in, hang out at night. There's always something going on in here. It doesn't get as crowded as like the Schooner Bar or some of the other venues because it's huge. This is where they have the self-leveling pool tables. So even if you're in choppy water, the balls and everything kind of remain still, and the table levels itself. I mean, obviously, if it's really rocking, those balls are moving around. There's another large bar up here. No lack of spaces to get a drink anywhere. And then there is a glass shield here in front, so it doesn't get as aggressively loud as you get to the middle here. If you're interested in coming up here but don't want to get blasted, if you sit in the middle, it's actually pretty enjoyable. So you can see some great shows up here, some great bands. They had cover bands on ours. They had Van Halen. And I was on one previously where they had a Styx one. I've seen a Led Zeppelin one. I've seen a lot on Royal Caribbean. As we wander to the back, that is the Diamond Club there on the right. So if you're a Diamond or higher, wander in there for happy hour, get some free drinks and some hors d'oeuvres. This, my friends, is a dead end. You can secretly pop those doors open if you want, but we're going to respect the dead end there and wander out the other way. So those are water doors and fire doors. So they close those to stop the spread of any water or fire if there were any issues. Little behind the scenes there. If you wander out here on 4, you're going to head down there. There's some really cool art. The theater is down there, which we'll see shortly. And then we're going to turn back around here and head up the Royal Esplanade, and you're going to see all the stores and shops here. These cruise ships really love to have their little high-end stores here on all of them. I never really see a ton of people in there, but they all have them. It's kind of like the art gallery, right? I feel like the art gallery is like the timeshare of the cruise, right? Where you're kind of like, ooh, I get a free drink. And you go sit there and you have to listen to them talk about art for an hour. I do see a lot of people in the watch store. I will say that. There are a lot of people. And of course, there's a ton of people in the jewelry stores. You haven't been on a cruise if you're not getting sold some Effie jewelry, right? At every port, on the ship, everywhere. Mr. Effie has done well. So we're going to head down the Royal Esplanade here. Again, this is not the Royal Promenade. It is the Royal Esplanade, although the cafe is still the Promenade Cafe. On your right, you have the Patisserie, where you can buy some snacks and some Starbucks coffee. They're all a la carte there. Smaller promenade than obviously the Oasis class ships, and it is broken down a little bit, which is interesting. Here is Boleros, which is, of course, the kind of Latin themed club on the ship, where there is usually some type of Latin music at night and dancing and karaoke sometimes, but karaoke is usually in the music hall. This is a big bar, surprisingly big bar, and it does get crowded. It's a fan favorite, as they say. And then this little wall here has little switches where you can shut off the message, and there is just some fun art. This ship does have a ton of really fun art on it. Down here are the main dining rooms. We'll see those shortly as well. And then you wind around. If you go straight there, you'll walk right into the loyalty desk. And then if you wind around, we're going to go right past guest services. The rare, not crowded guest services line. That's another little pro tip, right? Guest services is always open and people are always in line during the day. If you go really early in the morning or late at night, you have no line. On the right up here, we have the Royal Shops, which are always crowded, where you can buy your Royal Caribbean swag. We wind up always buying something like the model of the ship or something fun. And then in here, they also have like your chips and candies and different things like that if you need certain things. Here is the Promenade Cafe and Sorrento's. So they are together. Sorrento's, obviously your pizza place open from like 10 in the morning till 3 in the morning. And you can get also some salads and things there as well. Then we're going to wind around here and head into the Brass and Bach, which is the British pub on board. Great entertainment here at night, usually an acoustic guitarist. Really, really nice. They have great drinks in here. There's our team on the right over there working early in the morning. This is where we kind of hold up and work because there was power strips down here. Not a lot of power on the ship. It's all hidden. So here we are at the main dining rooms. Obviously over here on the left is the American icon. Sorry about the shoddy camera work here. As we go in for breakfast, try to get a little perspective on this. All the dining rooms are pretty similar. I mean, they're nice enough. Kind of really reminds me of the kind of Norwegian taste and savor feel, where they didn't really go all out with decor or anything. It's just like a utilitarian, very utility-driven restaurants. They're nice, but nothing crazy. Over here, you have Silk. Silk is where they have a breakfast buffet in the morning, which is actually a nice little breakfast buffet. You get all the advantages of the Windjammer without all the people. Here's our team again with our orange Bite-Sized Cruises shirts on. And then we're going to head down to deck 3 here to see the other two kind of main dining rooms. Yep, that's right. There are 4 main dining rooms. So if we turn to the right here, you're going to go into Chic, which is where they do the key lunch when you get on the ship, which is actually a really pretty room. Key lunch is spectacular. It's the one thing I really do recommend. If you are thinking about getting the key, you obviously get the internet with it, and the key lunch is really, really nice. And then over here, straight across, we have the Grand, which is the last of the 4 main dining rooms. All a little bit different. This one has like the most kind of obviously grand look to it, where it looks kind of like a main dining room, but it doesn't sprawl or go down like the normal main dining room. But nice space. It's where they do Sip Tour Brunch. Here is the Royal Theatre, where they show We Will Rock You and a bunch of other shows. We Will Rock You, really fun. Also The Gift. Now we are on deck 5, walking to the V. So as you wander down here, again, they kind of split up the whole promenade concept into 2 floors. This is a really pretty area. They have like really serene music playing here. They have this Chicago bean looking art installation in the middle where everybody gets their picture taken. Really cool lighting. More high-end shops, Hublot, and a bunch of all other ones are over here. And then we are going to wander around to the right. We're going to say hello to the first of our specialty dining restaurants, which is Jamie's Italian. Also, watch our dining review. We do a full dining review on all the complimentary and specialty dining, and Jamie's Italian is our favorite of those specialty dining restaurants. They do have outdoor seating as well, but it was November, so. Staff in here was great. My one complaint about Jamie's is they have like Jamie's Italian, like the TV show is playing in there, and they show 1 episode on loop. How many episodes has that man done of that show? There's got to be 1,000 of all his different TV shows, and they have 1 on loop. It's actually pretty comical. But we were there twice, and I've seen that episode 6 or 7 times now, so I have it down. Whatever he was cooking, fish and chips. There's some pasta. Here's some really, really cool seating over here. We're going to go into vintages in a minute. Don't worry. Just wanted to head down here a little bit. And then really cool seating. You could sneak out onto the outdoor deck here as well. And then the other thing down here is Next Cruise, which is on your left if you would like to book a cruise. We will be back down there in a minute to see Cafe 270, 270, and vintages as well. There's a Bulgari store. Again, I don't see people in these high-end stores ever. I think it's just like a cool thing. I don't completely get it. But it's on all the different cruise ships, not just Royal Caribbean. They all have fancy schmancy stores there. Maybe Carnival has Walmart or Target. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Carnival. Just kidding. And then this brings you right back down to the Royal Esplanade. It's a cool little installation here. If you put your hands on this little thing in front of you, the little light up there will beat to the beat of your heart. So it'll show your pulse up there, which is actually pretty cool. Lots of people are doing that. And we're going to wander down here on deck 5, and we're going to see another specialty dining and another favorite, which is Wonderland. Again, there's the art gallery over there. I do appreciate on Anthem the art gallery is in the back here, and if you would like to go look at it, you can. And it's not like in the middle of the hallway like it is on NCL or the Oasis class where you have to like walk through it to get to the casino. But here is Wonderland. Just a really fun space. It's not even the food is great in Wonderland. The food's good. It's good food. But it's just interesting, and it's just a great, great, great experience. It's very fun. We like to do it on the first night of the cruise just because it's something really like whimsical and fun. They have great drinks. As you can see, they have keys hanging down there. It's just a really cool space. The people are great and just takes you on a little adventure. We're going to continue to wander down here, and we're going to head to Izumi. One note for you all on this is there is no hibachi on this ship. It is just sushi, so just Izumi sushi. They do have a fixed price menu for $35. If you don't have the dining package or don't want to get the dining package, it's actually a really good deal. You get one appetizer, 2 rolls, and a dessert, and they'll give you miso soup as well. So pretty good deal for $35. Or you can just come and order a la carte sushi as well if you want. So if you just wanted a roll, you can get a roll for like $12. Now we're going to head over to the Bionic bar. So this area, interesting to me, on the Oasis class ships, I think they did a good job on this where it's kind of its own little section. Over here, it's in the middle of the hallway, and it really does hold things up because everybody wants to watch the robots make drinks. Little gimmicky, but we do have a little pro tip for you. You can actually get if you don't have the drink package, you get the cheapest drinks here. They're like $8. And you can put as much alcohol as you want in them, which is actually really nice. They're not crazy expensive. And then wander down here, and it's on your right-hand side is the Shore Excursions desk, which is not really a desk anymore. It's just a bunch of iPads where you can come and book your excursions if you haven't done it on the app. There is someone here to kind of guide you through it if you're not super tech savvy, so don't worry about that. I made a lot of poor decisions of my route on doing video here, as now we're going to go back down this hallway. Didn't really think things out, folks. I do a better job at that. I apologize. At least you're getting some different perspectives. So we're going to wander down here. It's my alarm going off. I apologize for that. Ship has a lot of nooks and crannies, which you may like or not like. Not a pro or a con, just interesting layouts. Up here, we're going to walk into the schooner bar, another kind of classic Royal Caribbean favorite. Usually super crowded, was not super crowded on this sailing for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it's a great place if you want to come at night. They do trivia here a lot during the day, which is fun. And then at night, you can come here and they have piano bar, which is really fun. And you can tip the pianist and he'll play whatever you want. We also had really fun here with a girl, I believe she was from Ireland. Scotland. She was from Scotland. We were playing trivia and she accidentally gave out one of the answers, which was hula hoop. Won't give you the question though. We're going to head over here to Chops Grill, another one of the specialty dining restaurants. Kind of, I would say, the signature specialty dining restaurant for Royal Caribbean. It's your good old steakhouse. They do have chicken and seafood. So AJ on our team is allergic to beef, which is a weird allergy. But she, so it's good to kind of go with her and we can always try different entree options. So she gets seafood usually everywhere. And they do have salmon and some branzino and some different things. And they're great, always. And they're Royal Caribbean super accommodating. And then over here on the other side of 5, you're going to see the photo gallery. Pound for pound, I think the biggest ripoff on any of the cruise lines is pictures. And I think it's nice to get one or two, but like the picture packages are crazy. Back here on the other end of 5, winging you back around here, we have Cafe 270, just kind of your grab and go, similar to the Park Cafe in Central Park on the Oasis class. But a really nice option in the morning if you want to grab like yogurt. They have a bagel bar over there. In the afternoon, they have the famous roast beef sandwiches here. And then again, my super poor choices of re-walking down hallways. I apologize. But this time we're going to walk down this hallway and we're going to go to Vintages. So you get to see different light perspectives of the V here. In this bean looking structure. And then Vintages is the wine bar. You can see the cool design there with all the wine bottles. I do wish that Royal had more wine tastings. I really like going to wine tasting. NCL does a really good job at that. And it's an upcharge. I'm surprised they don't do a lot more of those. It's a cool space. You can grab some apps. They are made by Jamie's Italian's Kitchen. So they do have some fun things. I've never seen those self-serve wine machines on. I'm not sure if they work or not, or if they just don't have them on right now as like a COVID, post-COVID kind of thing. And then we're going to wind around again down this hallway again. I apologize for all the back and forth. At least you're getting to see the ship a lot. We're going to check out 270. Really cool spot on the ship. It's called that because it has 270-degree views of the ocean, which is really nice. They do some shows in here. I was not a fan of Spectre's Cabaret. I've been on the ship twice in this year, and I've left. I've tried twice to go see Spectre's Cabaret, and I've left both times. Just a weird show. Interested to go on Odyssey and see that show. I've heard it's great. So again, really cool art on this ship. You're going to see weird and different art. And then here's 270, which is really beautiful. Great spot to hang out during the day. They do some things in here, but not a ton. So it is a nice spot if you just want to come and read, or if you knit or crochet or anything like that. It's a good spot to do that. Really beautiful space. Then we're going to take you upstairs. Upstairs at the top of the stairs here is the photo studio, which I've heard is actually pretty cool if you wanted to do like a photo, set up an appointment and get pictures taken for like your family on vacation. I think that's actually pretty nice. I'm sure it's expensive, but it's nice. It's a nice option to do that. So they have that up here. It's called the workshop. And then on the other side of deck 6 up here, as we go up, we're going to wander all the way around to the other side. And it's going to take you into the library, which again isn't the most quiet space considering they do shows and trivia and things here during the day. They do the captain's corner here where you can ask the captain and the chief engineer. Our captain was really funny on this one. It was a different captain than I had in March. He was very, very funny and super engaging and answered a ton of questions, which was really, really, really great. Cruise director, I think his name was Miguel. I only saw him once or twice. Again, one of my weird things with Royal Caribbean, you don't really see the cruise directors a lot. They're not like all over the place like some other cruise lines. Even some of the games, it's usually the cruise director that runs the games, and it wasn't. It was one of the cruise director staff. I think it's just a Royal thing. I don't know. I love Royal Caribbean, but I do like the cruise directors that are super involved. So here's the library. It is a somewhat quiet space, but it is open to the rest of 270. So there are some books now. There are books back in the library, and there are computers here. One of the things I get asked a ton as a travel agent is, can we go to the internet cafe and use those computers for free? You cannot. You have to have an internet package. No matter what you do, you have to pay for your internet. So it's one of the big gotchas. Hopefully once Starlink's on all the ship, it'll be fast and worth the money. We're going on Enchantment in January, and I've heard that they have Starlink, so I can't wait to test that out. Because we work on the cruise ships. We have a marketing and web design company as well. So it is important that we have at least stable, reliable internet. Now we just have some little bonus things for you. I'm going to let you watch these. We got the Royal Caribbean crew here doing the ripcord, which is amazing. And we got this guy here on the Flow Rider. Little gloomy day out here, right before a storm. This guy's obviously surfed before. He's doing jumps on his surfboard. Or boogie board, whatever that is. Sorry. Don't want to offend the surfers out there. He was really good. He was doing all kinds of jumps and different things. A little bit of bumper cars for you, so you get to see what that looks like. It's really, really fun. And then to me, one of the big highlights is this is 270 when they're doing the tech show. And this is actually really, really incredible. They did like a full tech breakdown of how it works. So they have this long 125-foot screen back there that they do all types of video and things on, which is amazing in and of itself. And then they break the robots down. They bring those robots down. There's 6 robot screens. And you'll see those in a minute. They do some really, really cool things with the robot screens. I think Spectra's Cabaret just tries a little too hard. It's weird. But we really appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please subscribe. Thanks.